I will tell you that there is a through line between the Ice Cubes and the Jason Whitlocks and the Stephen A. Smiths. And individuals have been around since we have been on this freedom struggle. There have always been individuals out there which exhibit behaviors of charlatans.
Nobody care what you have to say. I'm giving you pub right now by talking about you. Because this is the kind of individual he is. I could come at somebody like that who chooses to be disrespectful. You know my number. You could have reached me a long time ago. We could have had discussions a long time ago. The only time you ever reached out to anybody is when you wanted to sell your book. You bought and paid for on one side. Don't even want to hear what the other has to say. But you talking about me. Sit your ass down.
Ladies and gentlemen, the black on black crime continues because, as you can see, this ridiculous drama between Stephen A. Smith and these woke Democrat propagandists is ongoing. Effectively, they take the approach of any criticism against Democrats is you selling the entire black community up the river, apparently. Apparently, you are a Uncle Tom and a raccoon for criticizing any Democrat ever for any reason. If you say Joe Biden is too old, Uncle Tom. If you say Jasmine Crockett is too ghetto, you're a coon. These people are totally ridiculous and it's amazing. It's actually incredible that they don't see how stupid this sounds and how much of a turnoff this is to so many people. Even if you don't really care for Trump or conservatism or anything like that, that type of activity, all it is, hey, let's cancel Stephen A. Smith's show. The guy who I don't even like. I regularly rag on Stephen A. Smith on this channel, but even I can obviously see that that's not a fair take to have. Like, all the guy is doing is just putting out very obvious criticism that a lot of people have. A lot of my family is extremely liberal, and none of them really like Jasmine Crockett. They think she's ghetto too. They think she's embarrassing too. They wish that she would calm down and stop being so ridiculous, but she keeps it up anyway. So it's like you can't put your head in the sand and just deny the reality here. And Stephen A. Smith decided that he wasn't done. He decided to clap back against what Bakari said, calling him a charlatan and all this other nonsense. He went ahead and clapped back against him pretty hard. I'm not going to react to it for the sake of time here. I'm actually out of town for work, so I don't got a whole lot of time to make this video, but I'll go ahead and show you guys the clip. By the way, guys, there's a new feature on YouTube where you can hype videos, so be sure to like the video, hype the video. It helps out a lot. Appreciate you.
Bakari Sellers needs to recognize is, why don't you tell what the truth is? Why don't you speak about the level of resentment that you really, really have? That the American people are more willing to listen to somebody like me or the others that you mentioned rather than you, who's been doing this for years out of South Carolina and then some. Nobody care what you have to say. I'm giving you pub right now by talking about you. Because this is the kind of individual he is. I could come at somebody like that who chooses to be disrespectful. You know my number. You could have reached me a long time ago. We could have had discussions a long time ago. The only time you ever reached out to anybody is when you wanted to sell your book. So it doesn't matter to me what you've accomplished. It doesn't matter to me how intelligent you are. It doesn't matter to me how knowledgeable you are, because nobody wants to listen to you, because your intent and your disposition and your default position is to attack personally people you don't even know. A charlatan? That implies I'm a fraud. How am I fraudulent? My work speaks for itself. I've been doing this for years. And SiriusXM wanting to come to me, I got news for you. CNN will want me before they want you, and you work there. Not to mention other networks. Don't hate on us because of what you ain't. Step up and be more than that by focusing on the issues. And if we don't know, teach us. That's all you got to do. Teach us. If you're right, we'll listen to you. And instead of me calling you out on the airways, what I do instead is sit on the air and say, hey, this makes perfect sense, man. Bakari Sellers is right. Just like I've said Van Jones is right. Just like I've said others are right. On the left and the right. You bought and paid for on one side. Don't even want to hear what the other has to say. But you talking about me. Sit your ass down. I asked a question.
That man said, sit your ass down. It's about time Stephen A. Smith stood up for himself, because at this point it was starting to feel a little bit embarrassing, even though he did a little bit of a clapback against whatever that fired host. I don't even remember her name. Whatever that dumb black chick's name. But obviously, since Bakari is a male, he's not going to hold back as much. He's going to pull a little bit of his punches against, the next thing you know, he's attacking black women. Stephen A's attacking me. So he's not really going to go too hard on them, since, they love to be strong and independent and tough. But the second you say something, he's attacking the black women. Like, either be strong or be a little B word. You have to pick one. You can't be both at the same time. But anyway, guys, the Bakari here, I absolutely agree with what's being said. The crazy thing is, guys, the Democrats, the leaders, and people like Bakari, who's not really a leader in the community, but he probably thinks of himself as one. This guy is a definition of a fraud. This is a guy who played along with Sleepy Joe's cognitive decline and who thought Kamala Harris would be like the greatest thing ever. This is a guy who attacks black men, who attacked and continues to attack black men. He's literally selling out black men because they don't want to support people like Jasmine Crockett or Kamala Harris, people that are literal weak black women that are not good for the community at all. But Bakari Sellers wants to attack black men for just not supporting just anybody. Just throw some woman, one, who's ghetto as hell out, and two, who's not even a black woman to begin with out. And because we don't just support any old freaking breadcrumbs that you sprinkle, all of a sudden we're not good representatives of the community, or we sold out the community, or we're charlatans. This guy is freaking ridiculous. So this feud continues, apparently, because Bakari has something to say here as well.
Usually I ascribe to the notion that you don't roll around with pigs because you both get muddy and a pig likes it, or you never argue with fools because people who are watching can't tell the difference. But I utilize words like charlatan because you use your platform, one that you've grown with great success, a very large platform that people listen to. But you use your platform to tear down the people who are actually in our communities doing the work. But what you hear in my voice is disappointment. It's disappointment because we have a level of expectation for you. We in our community have a level of expectation for you, and what you hear in my voice and many others is disappointment. You are disappointing us every time you continue to chop down those people who are doing that real work. You're appreciating the gaze of those individuals in the White House, the gaze of people like Sean Hannity, Bill O'Reilly. You rather tear us down than actually talk about the issues that are directly affecting our people. So yeah, you rather those individuals and the Donald and Eric Trumps and the Bill O'Reillys to say, job well done. And I'm looking for people like Marion Berrien and Julian Bond, Judy Richardson, my dad, Cleveland Sellers. I'm looking for the people who actually did the work and whose shoulders we stand upon to be able to look at me when I'm done with my journey and say, you put your heart in it. You put your shoulder to the wheel to help our people get out the ditch.
But honestly, who the hell even cares what this loser has to say? This guy has been notoriously wrong about everything that he ever talks about. Anytime he goes on CNN, he gets absolutely cooked by one guy, CNN's Scott Jennings, every single time. He always has a position of defending Democrats, including every single Democrat failure he continues to defend. He literally said that he's looking after the approval of these people. Guess who Stephen A is looking after the approval of at this point? It seems like it's nobody. Stephen A is kind of waking up. One of the reasons I make my videos is because I'm not looking for approval. I'm not looking for the people of this channel's approval even. I'm not looking for my family's approval. I'm not looking for my friends' approval. A lot of people, especially if you're black, hate you for talking about topics like this, especially going against the grain. Even if you're speaking common sense, it doesn't matter if you're speaking sense. You're not saying what they want, so they're pissed and they're going to call you names or whatever. You don't do this for approval. You do it because it's the right thing to do, because you're speaking common sense and because you actually really want to help people. It's not about making somebody proud that's anybody besides yourself. You need to make yourself proud because you're actually speaking truth to power, not trying to make your daddy proud and make some other people that are inevitably in the grand scheme of your life going to end up being no names compared to your own personal dignity and morality. I'm not a fan of Stephen A. Smith, but I am a fan of the action that he took to stand up for himself here, because there's no reason why any party should exist, be it Democrat, Republican, or Libertarian, or anything else that somebody decides to make up, anything else prominent that exists anywhere, where you shouldn't be allowed to speak to the whites. Bakari Sellers was trying to get a white man elected, and he did successfully. Sleepy Joe Biden. Since it's your white man, then it's okay, but Stephen A. Smith can't talk to Hannity, and he can't talk to Don Jr. Like, these people are nuts. Neither Bakari or any Democrat has a right to continually denigrate black men for thinking differently and not wanting to vote for Kamala Harris or not wanting to support the fossil Sleepy Joe. Just completely ridiculous things. Not wanting to support illegal immigration and men and women's sports. Terrible economies where you can't even afford to feed your damn family. This is who Bakari Sellers says, hey, if you don't support illegal immigrant health care, then you're not black. This guy's nuts, and all of these freaking Democrats have lost their god dang mind. Those are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate y'all watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
I think that he appreciates the white gaze.
Sit your ass down.